quick, how do you feel about partnering with people who are not part of Sub 2?
So I have learned to be afraid of that word partner, not because of what everybody thinks partner means, but what we don't think it means, and we find out quickly what it means.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have an issue doing deals with people outside of Sub 2, like no problems at all. It's more of like I like that word partner to be refined,
Mm-hmm.
to like, because what will happen is you guys will be my capital partner, secured by a lien against a property as a lender, and I'll have like my wholesaler who's a partner, who's bringing me the deal, he's getting an acquisition fee and he's out of the deal, and I'll have my contractor who's a partner who can talk to like tenants for me because he's got to go fix something inside the house or whatever, and he's my partner in a very limited capacity like that. What I have learned to be wary of is like joint ventures that are basically, there's too many open, unforeseen what ifs
Mm-hmm.
that are impossible to think of ahead of time. And then you, like, if you haven't worked with that person before in a limited capacity, then you also don't know how they're going to work in an unlimited capacity, right? Like you can come up with like 8,000 joint venture clauses and et ceteras, but you never really come up with everything. And so like working with people outside of Sub 2, whether they want to sell me a deal, bring me capital, they want to buy something from me, like cool, awesome. Let's start with like a limited capacity first, and then once we kind of know how we work together in a limited capacity, well, maybe we can expand that into a less limited capacity with a little bit more open end, but also, you know, still having our roles in the deal. Sure. But in a way that's like shared ownership or something like that. I tend to, and this is like a safety thing for me, but also for them, I tend to advise people, not advise, recommend that people do lending instead of equity first, if they haven't done a deal before, because as a lender, and this is the reason I do it, for like loan sponsorships, I do everything with a note and a wraparound mortgage, because I don't really know how to kick somebody out of a LLC. Mm-hmm. Like, you have assignment of shares, but at the end of the day, it's all judicial. But I do know how to foreclose pretty much wherever. I go to foreclosure attorney, I say they're in violation of the note terms, the wraparound note terms, and that's how I do all my loan sponsorships for credit and experience and stuff like that. I like, whether I'm on the LLC or not, however it has to happen, I get a wraparound mortgage and a wraparound note and an assignment of shares. I'm like I have 8 different ways to take over the property, but at the end of the day, the only one I know for sure works is the wraparound mortgage. And that's why I kind of like recommend that people start with lending rather than being a equity partner of sorts, because at the end of it, I don't know if I get hit by a car, I don't know how you kick me out of the LLC.
Sure.
I don't know how to kick other people out of the LLC without going through like some weird process where it's like, well, what does the operating agreement say about kicking people out? You know, like no idea, but I do know how to foreclose. So that is kind of like my broad scope opinion on partnering.
Perfect.